Alright guys, Papa Pepper down on the homestead once again. Kind of doing a change of plans. Not in lifestyles or overall goal or stuff like that. But recently I've been exposed to some new technology, which is that giant beast of a bulldozer a neighbor of mine bought and then Jaguar Life was using to clear some stuff on the land. And then as well, we I've been picking up more grazing animals lately, so we're going to need some pasture. We've got a cow, we've got some sheep, we've got some goats, stuff like that. Still want to do a lot of gardening, still want to replace a lot of the existing forest with pretty much a food forest, still want to develop and sculpt and kind of craft this entire homestead just to make it one great beneficial, like food producing property. As you know, for a while now, I've been having hogs clear a lot of what we had clear, which you can see all this behind me. I think I'm going to stop doing that, and here's why. One thing is, rather than having them try to remove all of this stuff, and here's a little bit that's been removed, but rather than having them try to remove all this stuff, it may be easier for me to turn this into a decent pasture. And I can expand it if I need to. But when you compare everything going on the floor right here with everything that's going on in the woods, what we're going to find is that there's a lot less things growing on the forest floor. So for the places where I'm not going to have a bunch of trees and other stuff, there's not a lot going on down here. So you can see there's a few big trees, which I could keep or lose, my choice. Always got uses for them. I can turn them into lumber, I can turn them into firewood. I can replace them with other trees, or for the sections where I do want garden, it's not that hard for a bulldozer to run through most of this stuff, and it's completely clear. Not only that, it's also probably got a certain level of topsoil here on the forest floor from the decomposing leaves and twigs and branches and everything else on a yearly basis. So I think I'm going to stop kind of running the hogs through at an aggressive level to remove everything from what could be a pasture. I'll just work on removing what I don't want and building up what I do want in those areas, and then just taking some of the stuff that would normally be forest, so to say, and turning that into where we're going to be doing our gardening. And our gardening too, a lot of it, we're going to be growing trees that could get pretty big, but a lot of it is if you've got a 60-foot persimmon tree, they can get like that big eventually. It's going to be much more difficult to harvest if you've got a 30-foot apple tree. So a lot of it too is going to be pruned down on a different level. We're going to do some different stuff, but just looking at time, labor, investment, and having an opportunity like we do have now with a dozer nearby that's accessible. This is kind of a real game changer here, and with everything, I'm new at this. A lot of my life right now is brand new stuff I learn and apply. Stuff I brainstorm about, I figure out, I try to, do what I can. And so it's learning, and maybe this can help some of you guys too if you ever wind up in these situations. Think about what you got cleared, what you don't have cleared, what really has nothing growing on it, and what does have things like grasses and different native stuff growing on it that may be good for a grazing animal, especially with the opportunity we have to build it up with a lot of different other things. So, alright, Papa Pepper down on the homestead, just changing up the plan, utilizing the technology we got, and moving forward. Papa out.